I'm only 11 hotels into a 5-week sprint across Italy, but I think I've already found the one I'd bring my family back to. A 12th century Tuscan fortress filled with pieces from a family who spent 18 years in Bali. On paper, that shouldn't work. Today, I'm taking you through the rooms, the setting, and one of the most unexpected design stories I've found in Italy. This is what a hotel looks like when nobody was trying to build a hotel. I'm Don, checking in anonymously and paying my own way. And this is Stop 11 on a 5-week sprint through Italy, searching for hotels with soul. So the first part of this drive was kind of like postcard Tuscany. This feels like the wilder part of Tuscany. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. As I get closer, I'm trying to picture how this is supposed to work. A 12th century Tuscan castle filled with Balinese furniture and Asian antiques? I'm skeptical.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome, Donald.
Thank you. So cute. Oh god, the dog is here to meet me. Hello. This is a small dog. So this terrace is where I'm checking in, and it is a really nice place to check in. Forget the lobby. Who needs the lobby when you can sit out here? Welcome drink.
In Swank. This is Santa Aurora. This is our wine.
In 1979, a fashion designer from Milan and her Florentine husband bought this place as a ruin. Not as a hotel project, as a family home. They just spent 18 years living in Bali. It took them 12 years to restore it, all by hand, no architect. Everything in here is personal, and this place just evolved, one room at a time. All right, they upgraded me, and this looks like a wild upgrade. I mean, I don't know where to start. I mean, the beams and the ceiling, oh my god, those are so cool. I don't know what to make of the buffalo / cow, whatever that is, but oh my god, and that fireplace. The desk. Okay, wine and champagne, are you serious? This is, wow. This is one of the most beautiful rooms I have ever been in, honestly. Like for a hotel room, I mean, it's like, this is crazy. Mishmash of furniture, like, I couldn't do this. The owner is apparently a fashion designer and interior decorator, and I think I can tell because, I mean, it just like, I could never put all these things together because they're all different. I am blown away. I'm not usually blown away. Yeah, and I guess this is the bedroom. This is beautiful too. This is genius. It really is. This is genius. Love the bedroom. Can you tell? Walk-in closet. I'll have meetings in here. I don't know if this is the walk-in closet, but it is in a whole nother room. You know, and this is like the size of many European hotel rooms, but anyway, nice closet. I mean, these arches, as I walk back out into kind of the living area, these stone arches, wow, they are so beautiful. And I haven't found a bathroom yet. I found it. Crazy. This is crazy. I mean, the view out the windows, maybe the prettiest sink I've ever seen in a bathroom. I mean, that is a wild sink. And then this bathtub, oh my god, the bathtub is gorgeous. And I guess you could shoot arrows at people from there. I don't know what that is for, but it looks like something you'd shoot arrows from. Not a castle expert. And look at that shower. Yeah, this is a nice room. Now that I've been here for a couple hours, I think the Bali meets Tuscany aesthetic totally works, and if they've put this much thought into one room, I can't wait to see the rest of this place. There are 10 suites here, plus a private villa. And the person walking me through them today isn't the staff, it's one of the sons. He talks about the furniture, the finishes, the art, this remote corner of Tuscany that he clearly loves. This room's occupied, but I would not mind sitting here in the hot tub with a glass of Prosecco. This one is 2 levels, and I keep noticing the quality and thought behind every finish. But it gets better. This villa gives you the best of both worlds. Complete privacy, beautiful interiors, room to spread out, with all the amenities of the hotel. I think the pools here are an example of kind of the design and kind of a hospitality philosophy. I have never seen this quality of stone, marble used in a pool before. I mean, it is just drop dead gorgeous. The materials, the stone, the wood here, the furnishings, but they're also like thinking about the experience. So this pool is enclosed, it's protected, it's darker, and then you go to the other pool and it's more open, it's lighter, also a beautiful marble, and they're just thinking about like the experience and the materials and layering all these things and kind of contrasting them. And I think it's a super interesting way to think about like how you design a property. They're growing a lot of their own food here, and it's kind of in and among like this formal Italian garden. Olive trees, almond trees, lemon trees. I mean, it's just cornucopia. I don't know if that's even the right term, but it's a beautiful garden. It's functional too. I struggle a little bit to talk about the design here because there's so much, but I mean, so much in a good way. It has so many layers to it in terms of materials. I mean, you know, stone for sure, but this is a castle. There's a lot of custom metalwork around the property that's super beautiful. There's like these little subtle elements too, and then like layer in the antiques, the art, the furnishings, the books. I mean, it is complicated, and I think this could easily kind of feel like an antique shop or a little bit over the top, but it's all like just done in such a beautiful way. So it was obvious to me that somebody's put a lot of thought into everything here, and it's just like every room you walk into, you can see that. It just feels like polished, elevated. Everything's been thought out, and I think sometimes you walk into a space like this and you can't appreciate how much thought has been put into it. So this is definitely a family business, and the family has such an interesting background, and it's reflected in all the spaces here. The sons have taken over the business now, but you can see that that same level of kind of love and care goes into everything here. So if you get tired of your fabulous room here, there's actually a lot to do. You can take a hike. There are e-bikes. You can take a cooking class. This is a working winery, so you can do a wine tasting. This is one of those hotels you don't need to leave. There are painting lessons, sailing along the coast, that's just 40 minutes away, hiking in a nearby national park, or maybe an afternoon in the massage pavilion. I started the Swank guide because too many of my vacations started with, but the website looks so different. Check out my website for curated hotels with perks, plus full trip planning services. It must be a dangerous beer because you put rubber gloves on. Local artisanal beer. I mean, as you can see, you can have drinks up here, but apparently when it gets a little bit warmer, maybe in about 2 weeks, they're gonna have a whole bar set up here, and then they're gonna have tables, and on warmer nights, dinner's up here. I can't believe I'm the only person up here. It's a little chilly tonight, but it's not that cold. I mean, it is such a beautiful spot. It's I'm not going to say breathtaking. I won't say it, but it's kind of breathtaking. Okay, look at that. That is a wacky looking appetizer. It's really interesting. Okay. Artichoke, yes? Wow. Not what I expected. This is artichoke? This is weirdly good. It's one of the most unusual things I've ever had, but it's in a good way. The setting here is just about perfect. I mean, these people understand what a vibe is in so many different ways. The fireplace, the candles, the music, the lighting, the decor, it all totally works. And I think the food is really interesting. It's fine dining. I mean, feels like fine dining. So maybe after like 2 or 3 nights, you might be a little bit like, oh, this is a little bit too much fine dining. But they do have pizza on the menu, so there's always that. I am genuinely sad right now. I just don't have much time here. I've got to move on to my next hotel. I just want to spend the day walking around the property. It's like every time I go around a corner, I'm like, oh my God, there's another beautiful thing. And I don't want to leave. I do not want to leave. My next stop is still in Tuscany at what the owner describes as a diffused hotel, whatever that is. But I'm even more curious because it's inside a working village. Check it out here. As for the pillow, just like the rest of this place, it gets a 10. Good night.